Hello everybody! So today I'm doing this video so that I can give some future au pairs or current au pairs some advice just to help them during this journey. And it's more like things that you need to know before you go there, before you get engaged into that adventure. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm as clear as possible, and I want you to share the video to the people who are interested in the au pairs program or the people who are au pairs, just so that they can know what they are. I'm guessing that you understand what I'm saying, so let's just continue with the video.
6-inch heels, you look like nobody's business.
So first of all, what I will advise to you is that you just get all you can get from the program or the sponsors and just Google it. I mean, now we are in 21st century, so everything is on the internet. Just Google au pair and you'll find everything you have to know about it. Get as much information as you can so that you can understand the program, know what it means, know what it asked. So this is what, in France, we have like 4 or 5 different sponsors. It's the agencies that take you from your home country to America or Australia. It depends where you want to go. And really get to know it. Some of them are expensive and some not, but you need to be aware that less expensive, I think for me it means that there's something wrong with it. You know what I mean? It's like my agency was cheaper than the other one, but that doesn't make it the better. On the contrary, I had a bad experience with my agency. I should have thought about it. Cheaper means there's a problem. The others were way more expensive, but from what my friends told me and what they're living and what I lived, it's just way better than mine. So I don't advise you to go at mine's. It's au pair or Calvin Thomas. I have to say, I'm sorry. I had to say it because I don't want you to get involved in that. So it's just my mind. Do whatever you want. But now you know. Don't engage yourself into this adventure and think, I want to go in this city, I want this precise city. Don't go with that in your mind, because you're gonna choose families by the place you want to be instead of choosing the family that you're having like a good connection. Don't choose them just because they're in a great city like Los Angeles. Search a group of your home country's au pairs, an open group, and then get into another group on Facebook that is like San Francisco's and Bay Area au pair group, or Los Angeles group, or New York, or whatever your city is called. You'll always find something, I think, because there's a lot of au pairs group. So get into that so that you can exchange with other au pairs from all around the America or wherever you are. It's easier because if you have a problem, you can write there and there will always be, trust me, I still am in a group. So it's really easy. You just get your note and it's like 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, everybody starts to answer. And if you have a problem, you can ask. There will always be someone to respond, and you will always get the best advice and things like that. So think about it. You need to think about the age of your kids. I mean, the kids that you're gonna take care of. Think about it, because the younger they are, the more you have to take care of them. The oldest, the less you have to take care of. Less, because over 5 they go to school, so it's gonna be like you give them breakfast, you drop them off at school, and then you come back at home, you do whatever you want, and then you go back to pick them up, bring them to you're gonna be a taxi. But it's cool because you're gonna have a lot of time on your day to go to school or to go shopping or to go see your friends. Some of your friends that doesn't work. Younger kids implies that you have to be with them every single second. Every single second. Because they're gonna need you more than the oldest does. So think about the age before you engage in this kind of family. And then when you start looking for a family, what I would tell you is that you need to talk to them. Talk to them as much as possible, even if it takes you 1 month to understand and get the family. Just take your time, because it's not something you do just like that. You need to think about it. You need to be sure that you want to be with them. You need to be sure that their behavior is going to match yours, and that the experience is going to be the best that it can. So just talk to them, and before you even start FaceTiming or Skyping them, just do a list of things that you want to ask for every single family. Don't ask like what kind of car I'm gonna drive once there, but you can ask things like, do I have a car? Do I have it for just when I take care of the kids or all the time? Things like that. Just ask as much as possible, because that's what will show you what's their behavior, and that's also gonna help you to know which family is gonna match. Think with your mind, both of them, but most with your mind, because your heart is not always taking the best decision. Let's be honest, the heart wants what it wants, yes, but that doesn't mean that it's the best for you. Just think about it. So once you get there, ask them for your schedule, because your schedule is going to make sure that you do the maximum hours that you have to do with them, with the what's inside of your contract. I mean, the hours that you have on your contract. So make sure that you have a schedule. Even if they tell you like, we'll talk about it later, okay, no problem, but before you start, you really start, because you have a training time with the older au pair or the older nanny. So just ask for your schedule. It's gonna be way easier for you to ask than just work like that, because you will not know how much you worked. They can screw you up, I'm sorry to say it, but they can screw you and say that you didn't do all your hours. Don't be afraid to say no. No, 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 no. Train in front of the mirror and say, no, I don't want to. I don't need to. No, that doesn't fit with my schedule. I had something planned with my friends. I don't want to do this because it's too much. I don't want to clean after you because it's your mess. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself, because in this experience, you're gonna learn it. I'm sorry, you're gonna learn it the hard way, but you're the only one that can stand up for yourself. Don't wait for them to stand up for you. No, they won't. They will stand up for themselves. Don't wait from the agency or the community counselor to stand for yourself, for you. Also think about the schedule. You can do more hours than you're supposed to if you want and if your family needs it. But think about the fact that if you tell them yes every time they ask you to work more, they're gonna expect you to say yes to everything. And they're gonna get used to you saying always yes and yes and yes and yes to everything. You can't do it to be nice, and then make sure that they know that you're not gonna say yes to everything and every time, because you need some time to rest away from the kids too, and you need some time to travel and see things and experience things, because all this is about experience. Last but not least, you need to get a friends group, because that's what's gonna make sure that you feel good, that you have people around you. You can have friends outside the au pair program. That's good, because you're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn English and speak very good English if you're always with them and you're always talking to American people. It's like you have to speak English. You cannot say I'm gonna speak French or Spanish or Italian, because they're not gonna understand. Not all of them is gonna understand. So you have to speak with outside people from outside the au pair program. But it's also very good to have a group of au pair, because they are living the same thing that you are. So they know what you're going through, and they will have some answer to your questions. They will have some support, because they might be living the same thing or not, all I will have to say is that if you find a great family, just best of luck. Enjoy it. Enjoy your experience. If you have a bad family, don't be afraid to say no, or I want to change, or I'm not feeling good. You don't have to rematch. Of course, before you think about rematching, you have to talk to them. And if you really see that nothing's changing and none of you are happy, just change. Rematching is not a bad thing. On the contrary, it's a good thing, because it means that you're able to admit that something's wrong. As much as you're not feeling comfortable, there is something wrong. Thank you, and I hope to see you in my next video.
Northern California.
Hey, they better call a paramedic in the street. I got leverage in the street. I'm a California nigga and I'm heavy in the streets.
22 or 23, I'm heavy with the heat. Hit you with this top, paramedics can't save you. Really in the